Hello everyone and welcome into Coach Craig's Sports. This is the NBA DFS Core Pick video for Tuesday, January 28th. If you're joining me for the very first time, first of all, welcome in. Second of all, this is how today's video will be structured. We'll be going over my core picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel. In the morning, I'll be posting an injury report. That one's probably going to look a little bit different than normal because there's only 4 games in total and 5 teams are on back-to-backs. So we won't have the injury news for the 5 teams on back-to-backs until later on in the day. We'll be posting that down in the comments. But for the 3 teams that are not on back-to-backs, that will be out right away in the morning. So definitely be sure to check up on the comments throughout the day. And then I will have an updated core about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock. Do expect some changes there, especially with the teams that are on back-to-backs. I'll be posting as many starting lineups as I can get to throughout the evening as well. But without further ado, we'll get started with the DraftKings side. We're going to start off at the point guard position. We're going to start off with Braden Podziemski of the Golden State Warriors. He's been back for 2 games now, playing pretty well in there. He's played at least 20 minutes in both games, and he scored at least 20 points at the same time as well. So he's $3,900 looking for 19-20 out, averaging 21 so far in the season. Good matchup versus the Utah Jazz. There might be some additional blowout run for him in this game at the same time as well, but definitely do like his upside. Currently I'm projected for about 21-22. Could have a little bit of upside for more if he's going out there, if he's shooting the ball well once again. But, if he goes out there, he doesn't shoot the best, could I lose out on some minutes at the end of the day as well. Then we're going to move down to shooting guard with Kelly Oubre Jr. And we know that Paul George is already going to be out for this game. Joel Embiid's expected to be out, I believe, 2 more games now. So Kelly Oubre taking a big usage role once again. $6,200. We're looking for at least 31 out of him. Currently, I'm projected for 33, 34. He's been up over 40 his last 2 games, so definitely do like that upside. It's a decent matchup for Los Angeles Lakers. We'll have to see what they look like on the back-to-back at the same time as well. Then we move down to small forward with Amen Thompson of the Houston Rockets. The Rockets are one of the teams that are on the back-to-back, and Amen Thompson's playing really well as of late. At $8,000, we're looking for 40 out of him, but he's gone up over that mark 3 out of his last 4 games, so definitely do like that upside. Attractive matchup versus the Atlanta Hawks. We'll see how healthy the Hawks are in this game. There is some potential blowout risk, if Trae Young, Jalen Johnson, some of those other guys are out once again, but if they're at full strength, it should be a pretty back-and-forth game just in general. And with that being said, I currently have Amen Thompson projected for 42, but he definitely has some upside for more if he continues to play as well as he has done as of late. Then we move down to power forward with Dorian Finney-Smith. So Rui Hachimura did miss on Monday. Not sure whether or not he's going to play on Tuesday. LeBron could always sit out on the back-to-back at the same time as well. So it could be some additional minutes for Dorian Finney-Smith, who they did trade for. And they really haven't had to use too much so far, but $3,700 looking for 18-19 out of him. Averaging just over 19 so far on the season. Attractive matchup versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Currently, I'm projected for 20 to 21 points in this game. And if he's in that starting lineup, if he gets a little extra run, some extra minutes, could easily outperform this price tag overall. And then last but not least, we're going to move down to that center position with Onyeka Okongwu of the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks are one of those teams that are on the back-to-back. He's been in the starting lineup. He's played really well in that role since overtaking it from Clint Capella. $6,600 looking for 33 out of him. He's been up over 40 the last couple games, so definitely do like his upside once again. Currently, I'm projected for about 36. Could have some strong upside for more. Maybe he gets in foul trouble against Alfred Sengun and then doesn't pay off in that regard. If you really want to punt play like Clint Capella in large field tournaments, you could probably do that as well, but at least early on, he looks like the best value at the center position overall. And with that being said, if you go with the 5 players that I do currently have listed here, you got $21,600 remaining, $7,200 remaining per player. So a decent amount of money remaining. Not too many high-end players there, but you can still pay up for guys like Tyrese Maxey if you want to, Steph Curry. A lot of different options out there. Should make for a pretty interesting slate overall. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel, talk about my core picks over there as well. So on the FanDuel side, we got a couple different names here. So we're going to start off at the point guard position with Fred VanVleet. Assuming that he does play in this game, obviously he's a veteran. The Rockets are on the back-to-back, so there is a possibility that he could sit out on the back-to-back. I don't think it's happened too often this year, but there is times where he's kind of sat out some games here and there. Going against the Atlanta Hawks should be a very attractive matchup. He's priced all the way down to $6,800 at this point in time, so you're only looking for 34 out of him to pay off at 5 times value. Essentially what he's been averaging so far in the season, but a little bit more hit or miss as of late. But that upside versus the Hawks, if he goes out there and plays, I definitely do like that. Currently I'm projected for 36. Could have a little bit of upside for more, especially if that 3 ball is going down. And, if his shot's not quite going down, could have some downside for less at the same time as well. Then we're going to move down to shooting guard with Eric Gordon. Been in that starting lineup as of late for the Philadelphia 76ers. Nothing too exciting about him. He's kind of a scoring dependent guard at this point in time. If the shot's going down, he's going to easily outperform the price tag of $4,400, where you only need 22 out of him to pay off at 5 times value. If you want to play Kelly Oubre in this spot at the same time as well, you can definitely do that. He's priced up a little bit more on the FanDuel side. But Eric Gordon going against Los Angeles Lakers should be a decent matchup for him. I know the Lakers are putting some defenders out there at this point in time. He's probably going to get Austin Reeves, I would assume, though. And Maxey will probably get like Max Christie on him. So should be an advantageous spot for him at the very least. And if he goes out there, if he gets in the starting lineup, gets the minutes, once again, he should easily outperform this price tag. Currently, I'm projected for 23, 24. Could have a little bit upside for more, especially if that shot's going down. Could have a little bit downside for less, if he doesn't get the minutes or if that shot isn't going down at the end of the day. Then we move down to small forward Toumani Camara. Not a guy that I was getting too much on DraftKings, but on FanDuel looks a little bit better, $5,300. Playing decently well as of late. 2 out of his last 3 games, he's outperformed this price tag. We're looking for 26, 27 on him to pay off at 5 times value. Averaging just over 24 so far in the season. Interesting matchup versus the Milwaukee Bucks, which typically you like guys that shoot 3-pointers against them, but Camara playing a little bit better as of late. He's got the length. He could be all right in this matchup at the same time as well. I do like his potential upside, especially with what we've seen as of late. However, there's a little bit of risk in terms of minutes. If one of these other guys is playing pretty well, they kind of go with the hot hand for the Portland Trailblazers. So there is some risk to be had there, but do currently am projected for about 27 points. Looks like a fairly safe option. Then we move down to power forward Dorian Finney-Smith, $3,800. Looking for 19 at him, exactly what he's averaging so far in the season. It's a pretty attractive matchup versus the Philadelphia 76ers just in general. And the Lakers are on a back-to-back. Dorian Finney-Smith did start in place of Rui Hachimura, who did miss on Monday. So we'll see if Hachimura is good to go on Tuesday or not. If Dorian Finney-Smith's in that starting lineup, if he's getting the minutes, he's probably going to outperform this price tag rather easily at $3,800. Got him currently projected for 20, 21 in this game. If he gets extra minutes, if he does a little bit extra, could easily outperform that projection at the same time as well. Then last but not least, at that center position, we're going to go with Onyeka Okongwu of the Atlanta Hawks. $7,400, as I mentioned, DraftKings has been starting in place of Clint Capella. Playing really well in those games, gone up over 40 his last 2 games. So definitely do like that high-end upside. $7,400 getting a little bit up there at this point in time. We're looking for 37 at him, averaging just over 28 so far in the season, but a good majority of that time he's been splitting time with Clint Capella and coming off the bench at the same time as well. Currently I'm projected for 38 on the FanDuel side tonight. Definitely could have some high-end upside for more. A couple of interesting center options out there. If you don't want to play him, you could go to Alfred Sengun on the opposite side of that game, who is priced down a little bit more on the FanDuel side for this slate overall. But with that being said, if you go with the 5 players that I do currently have listed, you have $32,300 remaining, just under $8,100 remaining per player. So definitely a lot of room and flexibility to pay up on the FanDuel side, and I do expect some values to open up throughout the days. So definitely could end up being that kind of stars and scrubs build. If you want to go a little bit more balanced approach, you can definitely feel free to do that. It's only a 4-game slate, so definitely feel free to mix and match as you do see fit. But with that being said, this is what I have in terms of my core picks for both DraftKings and FanDuel. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to drop them down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Once again, in the morning, I'll be listing the early morning injury report. Keep in mind that there's only 3 teams that aren't on back-to-back, so those will be the only 3 teams on that report. The other 5 teams will have injury updates throughout the day, and then about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock, I'll have my updated core that will be left as a pinned comment. If there's any other additional changes after that point in time, I will leave them as a reply to that pinned comment. And then last but not least, I will be posting as many of these starting lineups as I can get to throughout the evening as well. So definitely be sure you're checking up on that comment section, especially as we do get closer to the lock. But with that being said, if you are brand new to my channel, checking out for the very first time, or have yet to subscribe, please consider doing so. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS. Right now, we just have NBA DFS going on in terms of the core pick videos, Tuesday through Friday. And then last but not least, if you're interested in sports betting, if you're interested in prop betting whatsoever, be sure to check out the links and promo codes down in the description below for BetUS, Parlay Play, and Prize Picks. If you are a brand new user on any one of those 3 sites, when you sign up, make your initial deposit, you will get a first match deposit bonus. For Prize Picks and Parlay Play, it's 100% match up to $100. And then for BetUS, it's 125% match up to $2,000. So some pretty great opportunities out there. If you have any other additional questions related to that whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me, whether it's down in the comment section of this video or on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport, and be more than happy to help you with that journey as well. But with that being said, that's all that I truly have for today's video. Definitely do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Definitely means a lot to me. I hope that each and every one of you has a great rest of your day and some pretty good luck in NBA DFS for Tuesday, January 28th.